Okay, I found it. And this is the easiest way. Ah, screwed that up. Lost it again. At any rate, when I showed you the California raisins, I was going to have this on here anyway. That is what your pineal gland looks like. It looks like a pine cone. And that is what you find in the center of the Vatican, not a cross or anything like that. So, it's these guys again. I think they learned it a long time ago and went hush and keep it as their secret. And that's it. It's gone secret, that teaching, that ancient teaching. And the ancients, the Buddha said he doesn't like secrets, and Christ said, freely you have been given, freely give. But people take it and they become contentious with it, from fraternity to fraternity, to this race to that race, to this country to that country, to this religion to that religion. So they always take this teaching and they will use it. I think they've come in and destroyed other civilizations just to take this teaching away from them, because this is how we are connected to God. This is our direct connection right here. We saw on the head of the Buddhas. That's how we're connected to the God who said, let there be light, not the divine white living light. So that's kind of interesting how you see the pine cone in the center of the Vatican, and symbolizing that's what the pineal gland looks like, as a pine cone. At any rate, this is a girl. Well, this is a picture of a girl doing how the harness or the headstand prop is that I use. I use this technique now, and I discovered it online, actually. I used to use the chest and drawers. But you see how the legs go wrapped around, and she's upside down. Now, she's just hanging there upside down. She's obviously not going to be like that for 3 hours. But the way to do it for 3 hours, you have this cushion like this. You see? This is a gel cushion, the whole thing. A gel cushion, and this is how it is on the inside, the gel coating. You see, it's gel. And it's called the purple. That's the one I use, but there's other ones, but I found the purple to be the best headstand cushion after going through many throw pillows, etc. Nothing beats them. And you could add one or two. I use three of those, and that makes it soft for your head. And then behind your head, people always put their hands up when they're in the headstand, but the hands actually go behind the head. And with your forearms on the ground, that's how you balance. And you can start by using a wall, just going up against the wall. And I said in another video that 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm down to about 15 minutes now. I'm way out of shape without any wall, just doing the headstand without without the yoga cushion, the aerial room, and without that harness that she's in. Like, it's like a harness. Without that, just doing a headstand plane, I can only go about 15 minutes right now because I'm a little bit overweight. But I could still do 3 hours in that. I showed you the one I use in my truck that I built handmade. But she probably has never heard of 3 hours a day. Will open up the crown chakra. The heartbeat will go into the crown chakra of the brain. And I believe that's what the heritage of the Jewish yarmulke is. I mean, it only makes sense to me. But at any rate, that is the best way I've found. The cross of Christ. He said, "Pick up your cross and follow me." That's what he was teaching, and I mean, you'll say it's crazy at first, but later, future generations will realize that that's what he was teaching. He was teaching home. he was showing Om is the highest state of consciousness and a human can attain. So, and it goes beyond the understanding of a lot of angels, of all the angels in the astral world, and most of the angels in the ethereal world. The ethereal world being the Asian angels. And at any rate, there's also a cross. He puts this harness over the horizontal sides of the cross, and then it would use the center of the cross as a way to keep your spine straight. You see pictures of the cross, and it shows the cloth over it. And I don't know why people can't just talk straight and say this is what Christ was teaching. This is how you enter the highest state of consciousness. That Christ studied yoga, or taught it, or he was in India with Sri Swami Naropa, and he was at the Zen Tibetan monastery meditating with Buddhists. But the Greco-Romans took it and just left all that part off, and Christ just disappeared from age 12 to age 30. But the Greco-Roman version, that it is alive, so Christ did autograph it either way. I showed you that in another video. I just wanted to go over that, and I showed you the pine cone. And again, this is again, you could the California raisins. Most people could live, they could live a decent life like that, as a raisin head. Your pineal gland is the size of a raisin, except you do this exercise, which I'm showing you is the best. It's proven to be the best exercise for a human being. Some say swimming. No, swimming only deals with the muscular parts, but it came down to swimming and the headstand as far as the medical community, but it is the headstand. See, the yoga exercises like the headstand, which is called the king of all the yoga exercises. The yoga exercises are designed in the idea that you are not just a physical body. They're designed, you also have an astral body, a light, and then you have the ethereal body, which meditation awakens the ethereal body. That's the Asian body. That's why you see meditation in a large part of their culture. I'll go into that some other time, but basically it's because the ethereal body is still, in stillness, the non-local awareness of the omniscient mind of God, which we're bathed in all the time. It's living light that we can't see. We see like 1 or 2% of the light spectrum, and physics says there's invisible light. Okay, well, how could it be invisible light? Well, we can't see it with our physical eyes, but it's out there. But physics doesn't say that light is living. For that, you'd have to have an out-of-body experience or near-death experience, or of that kind, which the ancients did. They lived with all their 5 bodies or 4 bodies. The astral, the physical, the astral, the ethereal, and the soul body. But when we get to the soul body, it's very different because it's complete formlessness. When you say body, it's not a body with hands and feet, as is the ethereal body, the astral body, and of course the physical body. The soul is just that part of Om that's relevant to us, like a cloud in a vapor. It's the same stuff, but it's just simply outside of our bubble of perception. You say the bubble of perception, self-reflecting bubble of perception, like a straitjacket of our 5 or 6 senses. Our parameters of perception are limited by that. They're in a state of vexation, and Ecclesiastes, where he says, vanity of vanities, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Our awareness is in a state of vexation, limited by our sensory apparatus, and we function in those limitations. In Om, formless awareness, the primordial, it's a formless awareness, not vexed by the 5 or 6 senses. And like I say, the only way to experience these kind of worlds and come back, you have to have that vow that you live for the hell of it, because there's no other way you'll want to return to this world. I said before, I know it sounds arrogant that when I say I could be in heaven right now, but it's the absolute truth. I know my resurrection. At any rate, I was looking for these other verses in the Bible. I'm going to pause it for a minute and see if I can find them about the unicorns, which you say, well, that's crazy. Whether you're talking about things that only exist in your parameters of perception, that 1-2% of the light spectrum, it's like going in a room and it's dark and you turn on the light and now you see the objects. Well, when you turn on the divine white living light, then unicorns are not far-fetched at all. They're real. In fact, that's what that's Christ's gift of power, actually. That's how he said, be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. The unicorn's horn is in the astral world, on your astral body. It's which is inside your physical body. So it's there now, but it can't be seen except in the divine white living light. So you're marked. And he worked on another dimension from another world, body world, on the astral world, and that's how he said, be of good cheer, I've overcome this world. So you see, it's visible from that light spectrum, the divine white living light, that you're marked with unicorn's horns on your head, and you've overcome the world in that way. He said, be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. And there it is. There's one verse anyway. I was trying to find the other ones. Let's see. Can you read that? Yeah. I think that came out right. Psalm 22:21. Thou hast heard me from the horns of unicorns. I had other ones in here. It's not that organized as far as I was trying to put this together and organize it a little bit, but I uploaded them to another email Google Photos account, and so I have to switch back and forth. I'm going to go try to find them out. Be right back.